Hey, good morning everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of the Shineability Show. If you haven't been here before, my name is Robin Carberry. I'm a business coach, and I help Gen X women start, build, and scale successful online businesses. So I've worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs and coached them through things like offer development and funnel strategy, launching, and more. But what I truly love is helping Gen X service-based experts grow their businesses like the grown-ass women they are. So I come here live every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to talk about why online business strategy and marketing for grown-ass women are different. So today, I would like to talk to you about burnout. So burnout is a term I used to throw around pretty loosely. To me, burnout meant exhaustion during high periods of stress. And because I always put extra pressure on myself to perform, and I take responsibility for all of the things, even the things that are outside my circle of control, I spent a lot of time in stress. But I didn't really understand what burnout really looks and feels like until recently. So burnout was defined by a gentleman named Herbert Freudenberger back in 1974 as the extinction of motivation or incentive, especially where one's devotion to a cause or a relationship fails to produce the desired results. So I've been working through the symptoms of burnout over the past month or so with a coach and with some trusted friends, some of whom were dealing with the very same thing. I just stumbled across that definition this morning. And I wanted to share it as the words extinction of motivation, especially as they relate to devotion to something, really stood out for me. So I'd been feeling overwhelmed, unmotivated, and exhausted. But the thing about burnout that was so different for me was the emotional detachment that I was feeling. That's just so unlike me, especially when it comes to my business because I truly love what I do so much and so appreciative about the women that I am so fortunate to work with. But the questions, what difference does this make? And does this even matter what I'm doing? Were heavy on my mind. I was feeling really disenchanted with so much of the marketing messaging in the online space about, make millions instantly and, business in a box and like create your course out of nowhere in no time at all and have money pouring in on you. And I just was feeling like what I was doing, which is not messaging things that way at all. But I was like, what, am I wasting my time here? And that's not really a good thing to be feeling. And you hear entrepreneurs talk about this all the time, about blowing up their business or burning down their business. Like, those things often come from a place of burnout. And that's because burnout is telling you that you need to do something big, that you need to make a massive shift, a big change. So many folks do quit when they are feeling burnt out. And that's completely understandable, right? So owning and running a business is hard, and the past year has piled a whole lot of challenges on top of all of us. And this is really difficult for me to talk about. I've considered and abandoned the idea of talking about burnout more than once. It's hard for me to share things that are happening in here for me and in my business. And this morning it was funny because when I was setting up to go live, I went into the app and I went to my Facebook page and I hit the publish button to set up to go live, and the go live option wasn't there. And I thought, is this a sign that I shouldn't be talking about this right now? And that would have been the easy out for me right then and there, because as I said, I've considered and abandoned this idea a number of times. But I decided instead that no, it was a sign that it was actually more important for me to talk about it, and that I needed to figure out a way to make it work. So I did. But the point is that it's really important to recognize what's going on internally when you experience burnout, so you don't make big decisions from this place. And I want anybody out there who is feeling the way I do right now to know that you are not alone, and that small daily adjustments to what you're doing can make a difference. It is something that you will need to pay attention to and put effort into, but you can move through this. So first, as I said, It's about recognizing that there isn't anything wrong with you. It's burnout. So try to give yourself some grace and some space for making those big decisions. Second, physically change your perspective so you're not looking at the same things the same way all the time. So when you're working from home, this is something that really can come up from you, especially when the advice is like keep your work in your workspace and keep your life space in your life space, right? But sometimes we just need that physical change of perspective. So you can rearrange your office, work from a different room. It's okay to do that. Work outside. For me, we went camping for the first time since June. And when I was working outside on my laptop, listening to all the outdoor sounds, I just felt this release and a huge rush of positive emotions that I hadn't felt in quite some time. And I realized, wait, this is something important that I need to do for myself on a regular basis. Third, and this relates to what I just said, get outside, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Being outside just makes us happier. So kick your shoes off, put your feet in the grass if you can, or sit down and just listen to the sounds around you. Walk around your yard, walk around the block if you can, but just spend that couple of minutes outside and it will make a difference. Fourth, exercise. So I recently restarted an exercise routine that I had really put on the back burner for way, way too long. And it reminded me that working out makes me feel better. It makes me sleep better. And when burnout is sitting there telling you that nothing that you do is going to make a difference, working out, you can feel that it's making a difference. So that is something that you can do. And it helps in so many ways, physically, psychologically, all of the things. Fifth, do something every day that makes you feel good. So I recently picked up a crochet project that I had abandoned in the spring, mostly because my mom had been in the house and she said to me, wow, that yarn for that crochet project is just so cool. And I was like, oh, wow, I need to pick that up again. So just doing it, working a few rows of this Afghan each day, and then holding it up, lifting it up and looking at it to see how it's grown and changed just makes me smile. And then the rhythm of working that crochet hook is just very calming and lovely to me. So find the thing that does that for you and just spend a few minutes each day doing it. And then finally, and I'm sending a big thank you to my coach Helen for this lesson, move out of your circle of concern, the circle of concern that focuses on all of the problems and all of the issues and all the things that you can't do anything about, and move into your circle of control. And I invite you, when you do that, to pick something out of that circle of concern, bring it into your circle of control and say, what can I do about this? So it might be something in your business, or it could be perhaps a concern about the environment. Like, what is one thing that you can do that will make a difference when it comes to those things? And I promise you, there is one thing at least, if not more, that you can do. But start with that one thing that you control that will make a difference. So if you have any thoughts or questions around burnout, I invite you to drop a comment below. I'm happy to have a conversation about it. Or if you'd like to join a group of Gen X women where we talk about things business and life, we talk about things like burnout, we talk about business challenges, business successes, business excitement, and all things, Gen X life, then I invite you to join my Impact Project group. We are having a live Zoom get-together this week, so we can just hang out and have conversations and have laughs, because we always have laughs. So I would love it if you would join us there. You can check out the link below in the post. So thank you again so much for being here with me, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye.